Hey, it's me, Boomoo. I just want to talk about routines that has changed my life and some of the things that you can probably implement in yours. When I was in my 20s, I struggled a lot and I was trying to find routines that are just going to make me successful or become better. Just cafeteria, things that you guys like but don't like. I'm not saying I'm perfect or know the perfect routine. These are what has worked for me. The first thing that I decided to do in the morning is actually doing CrossFit. I've been working out since I was about 16 in the high school gym. I found more muscle, feeling better about myself. There's some times I didn't work out at all because I didn't want to be hungry because it was going to boost my metabolism. At one point, I became financially stable and I feel like my workouts were pretty mundane and very same. And I wasn't finding any excitement on my workouts anymore. So I signed up with the gym. This is when I was living with my previous roommate and I just literally started probably a year and a half ago. This was back in December 2021. I did a 6-week trial. My friends were always pushing me, you should do CrossFit. I love CrossFit. This is actually my manager, Jason. Shout out to you. And I did it and I ended up liking the workouts a lot because it was really challenging. It was very intense. It was a group setting, so I didn't really feel alone. I felt like I was doing multiple things with other people. People were struggling with me, so I found that very entertaining in that aspect, right? It just sets the right mood for my day. First, to start off, it got me committed to waking up super early. I've never been a morning person and still am not a morning person whatsoever. It's about $132 that I spend, and the other gym I spend about $128. It gets you committed to waking up early because all the workouts are in the morning sessions. It gets you committed. You have to wake up, right? Otherwise the money is going to be a loss. And I just been really committed to my workouts, and not only that, I get committed to my mornings. Consequently, I have to sleep early because I have workouts that I have to do, right? So that really put me in the right mood and really took my endurance and my mental level to the next step per se. When I get rejected, I always tell myself I just did the hardest thing of the day, which is doing the mental workout and the physical hard workouts. It took me to the next step of pushing myself and really not getting satisfied or not stopping until I can no longer do it, right? Those workouts have really put me in success to really push my limits and also nonetheless really expand on certain things that I thought I couldn't really do, which is pushing the envelope. The second habit that I took that really took me in a strong perspective, and this took me a long time to actually accept it, was I stopped listening to podcasts and reading books. It might be contradictory to some people. I was just not improving my life, even though I was reading all these great books, great authors, great messages that were coming along with it. What I found out was a lot of them was not just improving my life whatsoever, even though I was implementing it. Sometimes it was really confusing to me because some of the messages that were sending to me were somewhat contradictory. I realized that, what their life and what they're going through is not the exact same as I am. I was reading sales books just because I'm a sales professional. I realized a lot of them were not really relevant to my industry. I decided to just focus on just doing the thing, which means if I wake up early, I'm gonna see the clients early. The workouts really set me up just because my day starts at 9:30 after the workouts, shower, eating. So in the morning time, I have to work. When I work, it's basically after the morning meetings that we have, the huddles that we have, I go pretty much planning out what my day is gonna look like. And that just really made me super productive. I start usually around noon or 2 o'clock early in the day, and I just put 4 hours of work. Just talking to prospects, finding who are interested, people that I can put it within my list. Just doing the thing really put me in a position to succeed, because in the world of sales, it's either taking people off the list or signing up people. That's how you make your money and how you make a living. That's as simple as it is. Being a sales professional, you've got to fail to succeed in this profession. You got to find people that are going to give you no, give you yes, but you can paid more on the no's, which basically means you get closer to the yes so you know who to focus on and what will give you money. Instead of spending an hour reading a book or implementing a message that is not really you, implementing a life that in someone else's world that they found success in and try to force it within your life, it just didn't really connect with me. And it was one of the hardest things to let go because it did expand my mental aspect when I was 18. But as I grew older and mature, found out that you gotta live your truest life, which is basically just doing the work instead of doing this productive procrastination stage of just reading a book for an hour, rather than you should be actually working, talking to customers for an hour. If you add that up, you spend another 365 hours talking to people. And I think that adds up a lot of days and time and people that you're going to talk to. So the third thing that I did was actually eliminate all the noises around me, which basically means it's important to outwork the competition and outwork with your peers. Also the most important thing is, are you able to out-sacrifice compared to the other people around you? This is myself from certain friends. This is myself from people within my network. I went full on and eliminate the noises, the shining objects like the crypto, the stock market, real estate, and just went all in my profession, which I'm talking about doing my thing. And you know what? If you can implement marketing into your system or in your profession and get more sales and generate more revenue doing that, why not focus on that rather than starting a digital marketing agency and trying to start a ground up? Put money in real estate where your money's tied and you can't invest in your business, which is your primary job, which produces the most income. Why settle down and trickle your expenses when you can use more of your expenses to 10x your income, 10x your business? You know, when I first heard that concept of shiny object syndrome, it really resonated with me, because I always finding the next shiny thing, the next thing, or the next income that was going to take me to the next profession. If you're in a lucrative business already, you might as well just take it to the next step. And people get so distracted on other things, they do not get to hone in their full skill, master the craft that really is producing them the real money. Just staying focused on that and putting that perspective. And it's not going to happen overnight. It took me about 2 to 3 years to become really, really good at my profession. Just eating crap, getting rejected, coming nights where my heart was beating really fast because I don't know how I was going to pay the bills, waking up, being stressed rather than excited about the day. People talk about reading these books, meditation. They didn't really work for my best favor. It seems like I was pretty stagnant and pretty much in the same place when I came to doing those things, because being that productive procrastination stage really trick your mind thinking that you're doing the good stuff, even though the really good stuff is doing the sales, doing the marketing, getting rejected, getting accepted, getting referrals, connecting with other networks. Those are really the monies that really produce you. And people are just limiting themselves by not talking to other people or expanding their beliefs by doing the thing. You don't have to always believe that you're going to be successful, or you might say when it's going to happen. Sometimes the actions will speak louder and your actions will engrave in your thoughts. And that really changed my perspective. Sometimes there are going to be times that you don't believe in yourself. You're like, I don't think this client is going to buy. And then they end up buying, and that gives you a flooded network of people that you never met before. There's so many times that I thought a client was not going to buy just because they were just giving me a difficult time, and those are the clients that are probably the most happy and will give you the most referrals and give you networks that you never thought it was going to take you steps before. Those sacrifices that I made, didn't hang out with my friends, didn't go to the bars, didn't go to nightlifes, that really changed me and saved my money. Nonetheless, you just get to have a clearer mind and better place spending time with people that you want to be with. It's really tough during your 20s because you mostly want to have fun. It took me when I was in my late 20s to accept that fact that it's just another day and the same stuff, different day. And every time you go, it just ends up being the same thing. If you're going to do the same thing, it's going to be a different day. Might as well do things that are going to be productive. It doesn't look always successful. The tomorrows, the next day. What really puts me in the next position is actually being in preparation. There's a really good quote that I like that really resonates with me, and it's about luck happens when preparation meets opportunity. And that's one of my favorite quotes because so true. You got to do your homework every day. Basically, how you do your homework is how you're going to get graded and how much money you're going to get by the marketplace. You get paid on how much value you deliver in the marketplace. And it's not about reading books and hoping one day that reading that book and doing nothing and just staying home and just doing your regular job, all of a sudden your salary is going to increase overnight or increase a year or 2 years from now. It's just actually doing the work. As someone who does a sales profession, it's about just being prepared and whatever the clients say, the mention before you meet them or give a presentation, you should bring it up on what their objections are going to be or what's going to prevent them from buying and put them saying, this should be the reason why you buy. You remember why you told me that it's not the good time? This is why I believe should be the best time to buy it, and really put that in their perspective and why you are saying that, deliver that certainty to. And when you put it in perspective on what made you prepare and why you said that, and really deliver that conviction, which I think is the most powerful tool that you should have as a salesperson, digging your belief and taking to the next level and delivering that to the customer, that really expanded my business. Just seeing your customers happy, telling them other friends and what your deliveries have done for the company and done for yourself, expanding your life, finding the things that you've never done, staying in the places you've never been, traveling the places you've never been before, and expanding your mind. That really took my business to the next level. And some of the other things that you should do, I really like traveling. It puts me in different perspectives, seeing other cultures, and sometimes you need time to relax. I work 6 days a week because the more hours I put, the more time I put, the more equity experience I gain in the business versus someone who only spends 4 hours. As I double my time in a year, it's gonna almost like 10x multiply versus someone who's just spending part-time experience or equity into their business. I'm a true believer in that, sweat equity, experience equity, it just really builds on and stacks up. I really get pumped about doing the thing. Really, when you see the results and when you see clients a year ago, 2 years ago, referring you to other people that you never talked to, and they refer to other people, it just becomes a whole triple effect. That's really what has expanded my business. When it comes to preparation, is also researching the industry. What is the competition doing? What is the competition offering? And really asking questions and thinking of questions, how the customer is understanding, whoa, this guy's the expert. And you really bring value to the marketplace by just doing the thing. I study what my competition's doing. I look at my competition's Instagram, what they're offering, what they're trying to talk about. I just basically see things, well, why are they doing that? Is that really a good business model? Is that something that I'm willing to give up and say, just join that company instead, Mr. Customer, Miss Customer? Am I willing to say that? Or what are some things that I could expand or put in, or value that I can deliver to the customer? I'm always studying, I'm always consuming content where I can just learn. I talked about not watching YouTube videos, not watching podcasts. You're gonna find as you grow, you're gonna trim the fat, which basically means you're gonna listen to probably 1 or 2 people on that content creator or that entrepreneur who's really connects with you on certain levels, that you want to say like them, deliver like them, because it's part of you. You believe it's deep in your core, that's something you want to say. Instead of being that hotshot guy, that guy who's always looking at the next shiny thing, end up folding because they're just dabbling in different markets that they never become a true expert. Focusing on one thing and going all in, that really changed my life. Just trimming the fat, working out, waking up early, studying my competition, doing the work, willing to get rejected, why you're staying with the company, and delivering the equity experience that you did. And when you first start, it's the hardest part because all you're doing is just doing the thing without really thinking or asking yourself, why am I doing this thing? And it took me 3 years to finally hit a 6-figure income. And before being in my profession for 3 years, I was jumping company to company, getting fired to company on every sales profession. And some people say, how do you know it was the thing? I would just jump in. And I finally found the product that I feel like I didn't feel ashamed to sell. You're gonna find a company, that you feel like has the values with you, and that's very important. But most important is finding people that you want to surround with and has that culture, and being around those people, put in the work, because those people are gonna realize, you know what, this guy is willing to work, we gotta spend more time with them. I was constantly getting feedback when I was making my mistakes. It's very important to get feedback from your superiors, your leaders, your managers, people are upper than you, better than you, and really just listen and just zip your mouth and just listen to them and why they say it and what kind of belief they have. Study your craft, because it's gonna really put you in a position to succeed. It's almost, in a sense, I was really desperate to find a thing that was gonna work for me, trying to find that was gonna pay my bills, get a car that I want, that I was breaking down constantly, to a car that I'm finally driving, the Model 3, which is my dream car, and getting a 1-bedroom apartment after living with someone my entire life, pretty much. It wasn't until like 29 that I was decided to live it by myself after getting some decent income. The pain is gonna drive you more than anything. It's not about motivation. When you constantly keep on doing the work, you finally let go of motivation and constantly just doing the thing that's important. All my success comes from desperation and pain and having my back against the wall. It was never like an aha moment. One day it's just like I built so much experience, so much equity, sweat equity to be specific, that finally it dialed in. You're still gonna get rejected, you're still gonna have failures, you're gonna still have the bad days, but it's all about how you handle it. One day you're gonna say, you know what, it's just another day at the workplace, and you're just gonna brush it off. You're just gonna go the next day and just perform. There's gonna be crappy days, but you just get mentally tough, and even you're gonna have prospects that say really ridiculous things, stupid things that just don't make any sense. But the success that I built was just the 10 years of just eating crap, 3 years of barely making any money. Realtors, the first 2 years, 80% of them quit. Any sales professionals that are out there, you know the sales profession is a really, really high turnover ratio. But I really believed in the product. I believed in where the company was going, the people that I'm working with, and I stuck with it, and success just come to me after desperately searching for it, wishing one day it would happen, and really it just happened to me. The successes that I made for myself, you know, the sacrifices I made, it wasn't sacrifices I wanted to make because I wanted to. I just ran out of money. My friends were in a higher place, higher level. My income was not going to match to what they were doing. So I automatically distanced myself. When I didn't have money, it was my time to put in the work, go out there, create business. When things were not going right, I was going to my managers, my superiors, asking for advice. And these workouts were basically taking the mental shoulder and the bad things that was happening, the stresses, and able to relieve them. So these things that were implemented in my life wasn't because like I found the perfect system. It was more of a desperation and need to have it. That's what got me in a six-figure mindset and perform at a six-figure mind frame. And for those who are struggling, you might are searching for the answer. You still might have bad habits. I still have bad habits of not doing certain things. Your time is gonna come. Just be patient. You gotta know when to quit and know when to like keep on going. And these are one of the choices that I made, not making not much money for 2 years and just sticking with the thing and just able to make it happen. Your time will come. And for those who are impatient or in their 20s searching for the answer, I was searching for the answer for 12 years, ever since I was 18, and finally I'm here. And my message to you is, you know, if you're finding a routine that you're going to become successful, I recommend people just doing the thing. Go full time, go all out. Don't look for a plan B. Just give it your all, be a student in the game, learn from other people, and not just only outwork people, out sacrifice the people around you, and it will pay dividends. That's the routine that I built and why I'm here today, and I hope that message helped you guys. If you guys like video like this, I'll keep on sending it to you guys, upload it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you again and we'll chat soon. Take care. Bye.